Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our Under Further Review segment, starting with the Detroit Lions now in this segment. We're going to start with Fidel on this one because he's a fan of the Detroit Lions. So, Fidel, give me your thoughts on the 2017 season.
It was disappointing. It was bittersweet. I think it was time for the Lions to move on and find themselves a new coach. But at the same time, I believed in Caldwell. I thought Caldwell would be that coach that would take this team to the first Super Bowl. He was a great coach, great person, but, business is business. And if you're not winning games and you're not bringing in revenue, then, there's consequences to it. As for the 2017 season, I believe it was at least in the positive side promising. Marvin Jones had a great year. Golden Tate had a great year. Eric Ebron had to step it up second half of the season. Matthew Stafford played well all around the season. O-line definitely needs work. Defense all around needs work, in my opinion. We have the best cornerback in the game, Darius Slay.
Okay, hold on. Just the best cornerback in football is Darius Slay.
As of last year, yeah.
Yes.
The best?
Last year, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Led the league in interceptions and passes broken up, and least completion percentage against him. So, I don't know what more you want out of a cornerback, but I believe those three things is what I want out of my quarterback. As for linebackers, Tahir Whitehead might be on the move. Hopefully he's not, man. I like that guy a lot. He's a headhunter. He's a baller. He's a hustler. He's a leader. Jared Davis, very, very young rookie that I believe Matt Patricia, the new head coach of the Lions, will get the best out of him. We have young guys, and there's a lot to come from the Lions that, if their full potential is put out there, that can happen. But yeah, the word I would use for the 2017 season would be disappointing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to hear this correctly. You said that you thought that Jim Caldwell would take them to a Super Bowl?
Yes, I honestly did believe Jim Caldwell would take them to a Super Bowl.
You actually thought that?
Yes, his first year in, they went 11-5 and got cheated by the Cowboys, and they were supposed to move on to play the Packers. So there's no telling what would have happened. Then the next year, they had a slump. But Matthew Stafford was hurt the last 3 games of the stretch. Then, the last season, you had the Lions starting off at 3-1, and then, you went 3-3, and then you went 6-3, and then you ended up 7-9. You know what I mean? It's disappointing.
The Lions season this year, I would call it disappointing despite the 9-7 record, but the way they started the season, you would not expect them to be 9-7. No, I before the season, with all the players they had, I expected them to be 10-6, 11-5.
Exactly.
And up there with the Vikings. I thought they would tie with the Vikings. I thought they would sweep the Vikings, get the wild card spot, and the Packers would end up winning the division at 12-4. That didn't go my way, but the Lions, as if you look at their season, they should have beat Pittsburgh if the defense played a little bit better. Jared Davis, to me, is one of the best picks out of last year's draft. He played great in the middle for the Lions, and he's going to be a great player for them in the future. But what they need is another pass rusher, especially if they keep Ansah. They need a guy on the left side that could be a perfect pair with Ansah on the right. And they have great tackles in Ashawn Robinson and Haloti Ngata if he stays.
Is he kind of old, though?
He's older, but he's probably going to stay there. He's a great run-stuffing defensive tackle. But they have the guys on that team to make a formidable team with Matt Patricia as the head coach. They just need to they need to get a running game assembled, and that's the biggest need they have.
Yeah, because the Lions have a great passing attack. They have deep threats. They have Golden Tate. They have Marvin Jones. They have Kenny Golladay, a rookie that came out, being a stud. Had injury bugs, but it's his rookie year. It might have been butterflies. It might have been injury bugs. I don't believe it was the butterflies because of the way he played against the Cardinals. You got guys on the defensive side. You know, I don't really know where that stands. I'm kind of neutral in it. I don't believe they're bad, but I don't believe they're good.
Yeah.
I believe if you add a couple pieces and you really focus on this draft and you give Matt Patricia the power that he wants, I think he can do something very special with it.
Yeah.
You know, the Lions get a running game, and teams are going to be like, holy cow, are they going to throw the ball deep, or are they going to run it down our throats?
They already have one. They have Zach Zenner.
No.
You move on from that, and, you know, you try to go out and either draft. This draft is loaded. Guys like Darius Geese. You got Sonny Michael. You got Chubb. You got Saquon that'll probably be gone by the first 5 picks. You know, but that guy's still in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, you have a ton of guys out here that are ready to go and look like they're ready to be NFL ballers. Then you also have free agency. You know, you never know if Le'Veon Bell says, "Hey,
yeah,
I'm going to move on from this." You know, you never know. They might open their wallets up to Le'Veon. They might even go ahead and trade. You know, they might go ahead and trade for a running back. They might go pick up a running back that's had a career fall off and try to revive it. You know, but in my opinion, I don't believe that if you fell off, your revival was going to be in Detroit. You know what I mean? I don't believe that. It might happen, but I believe where it starts is the offensive line, because you could have the best running back in the world, but if you have no offensive line and that defense is eating it up, you know, that running back is going to go nowhere.
Yeah.
And that's been proved plenty of times. You know, guys like LeGarrette Blount, you know, that guy had to break off so many tackles. And, you know, you give him a good O-line in New England, and the guy takes off. You give him a good O-line in Philly, the guy takes off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi was putting up just as much numbers, you know, as any other running back in the league. With the Dolphins, the only difference that he was working really, really hard for that. You know, he went to the Eagles, and he was slicing it up. You know what I mean? The prime example I was going to use was DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray was a complete and utter just monster, a disrespectful running back, a spit in your face and throw you to the ground running back. And he was with the Dallas Cowboys that had the greatest O-line of probably that 3-4 years. And then, you know, he went to Tennessee Titans, and, you know, he kind of, you know, he didn't fall off, but he wasn't the DeMarco Murray of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, he did fall off.
Well, he fell off with the Eagles a little bit, and then he got traded. But
maybe they should have held on.
I think a guy that the Lions could probably go after, as you said, like a guy whose career's kind of fallen off, and that maybe could have a little bit of a revival.
Well, they said the Lions will be targeting Dion Lewis from the Patriots. I actually believe that'll be a pretty good pickup, because their running game is based off small guys. You know, Abdullah isn't the biggest guy, but Abdullah just is he can't hold on to the ball.
Yeah.
He's injury prone. Then you got a guy like Theo Riddick, you know, who isn't that tall either. 5'10" is not a tall running back at all. And he's a great pass catcher, though, man. He'll make you miss at any given moment. You give him the slightest amount of space, and he'll take it, and he'll use it, and he'll go for a touchdown. I think that's what the Lions are looking for. The Lions are looking for guys that'll make explosive plays. But, you know, if I was the Lions, I'd look to sign a free agent that won't come at a costly paycheck, and then go ahead and draft the top guy. You know, you got the 20th pick in the draft. You can either go with what everybody's saying and get Billy Price, the center from Ohio State. You know, that guy he's very smart. He could lead the Lions. You know, or you could go ahead and draft the running back and see if it goes good for you. But I definitely do believe the Detroit Lions are in pace to become a Super Bowl caliber team.
I agree.
Okay, well,
I'm not too sure about that. Super Bowl caliber, I believe so. I believe soon enough that we're ready to compete in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford has been to the playoffs about 3-4 times now. You know, he's learning how to spread the ball. I mean, it's gonna. I like where the Detroit Lions are going. You know, they know they have an offense, so they picked up a defensive-minded coach. I like where it's going, and I like where they're moving.
Yeah, I do too. But
we need to move on to the Vikings, because we've taken up a gigantic segment on the Lions.
But
a lot.
I agree with you on the Lions for sure. I think they are on their way to becoming a contender. But the Minnesota Vikings right now, I think, have a big window for contention. They got a bunch of young players. The one thing I would have to say about the Minnesota Vikings is they need to find consistency at the quarterback position.
Well, Well, all three of their quarterbacks are up for grabs at this free agent market, so you never know who's going to come back. You never know if they want Teddy back, but they're scared of the ACL. You don't know if they want Keenum back. You don't know if they want Bradford back.
Yeah, but I mean,
but in my opinion, each and every one of those three guys is probably going to get a decent contract.
I think they're one team. They're one of the teams that I think will make a run at Cousins. To bring him in.
That's a good point.
And them, I think the two big teams that Cousins in the end will be deciding between are Denver and the Vikings, because I think they both have great defenses that he can be behind, or that he can use as an advantage. They both have passing attack and more or less a running attack. The Vikings have a better running game, but
they have the best corner in football, Xavier Rhodes.
Yeah, in my opinion, Xavier Rhodes is the best, but
the real best.
But in the end, the Vikings just do not have that many holes. They have a lot of sound.
Well, I don't
pieces.
know. The Eagles kind of.
Yeah, the Eagles demolished them, but I think that was also.
I'm gonna keep it long story short with the Minnesota Vikings. The only thing people are focused on is their quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That's the only place where they're going to lose something very valuable. And they might lose their guard, Andrew Norwell. But, I mean, if it means that, you got to lose a guard, then so be it. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the quarterback's throwing. I mean, the guard is very vital, don't get me wrong. But the quarterbacks is with their. And if I'm the Vikings, I want to retain each and every one of my quarterbacks. Because I know one of them goes down, the other one's going to come right back up. But, the way the NFL works, it doesn't work that way.
I think Bradford's on his way out, though. And
Bradford, I'd say Bradford is the odd man out within Teddy and Case Keenum. Defensively, man, the Vikings are only going to get better.
Yeah.
They're only going to get better. They're not losing anybody. Nobody's being traded. They're only going to get better.
Yeah.
And with this draft that's loaded with defensive players and most of the players that are going to be taken, 1 through 30 are going to be offense. There's a lot of offense in this game. You got Saquon, you got quarterbacks, you got offensive linemen. Then that says, hey, where's the defense? And then that's where you have the Minnesota Vikings come in, and they'll probably bolster the defense right back. And they'll add another guy that'll come in and kick butt and go ahead and get to the quarterback or go ahead and pick off the quarterback. And, it's the Vikings are in a very, very good spot right now. I'm not going to say that they're going to go ahead and go 13-3 again, but I definitely believe we will see them back in the playoffs better than ever.
Yeah, I agree. Tony, what are your thoughts on the Vikings?
Good team, really good team this year. Obviously, very good. I thought that the game with them and the Vikings would be a lot closer, but I was wrong.
We're talking about the Vikings.
I mean, the game with the Eagles. The game with the Eagles.
Oh,
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. It's a little late out here. And overall, I thought that, the one thing I think that they could improve on, obviously, is quarterback. Case Keenum is, he's solid. He does the job. But if they had, a really legit quarterback, imagine how good they would be.
Yeah. And I think two words sum up the Minnesota Vikings season, and that's a Minneapolis miracle.
The Minneapolis
remember
miracle.
that the play against the Saints in the divisional round.
God, that was insane. I remember watching that.
So they had I would say, no matter what happened with the Vikings this season, this is probably one that they'll remember forever, just as far as that play is concerned.
Probably one of the better Viking teams of all time.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, and I think they're on the ups. They're not getting any worse. They can only get better.
Would you start Teddy or Case Keenum?
As of right now, I would start Case Keenum.
Fidel?
I would start Case Keenum.
Why am I the only one who might start Teddy?
Well, I think as far as you see it, Teddy's younger. He's definitely, they drafted him.
I feel like he has more upside though.
But he wrecked his knee. He wrecked his knee again. We haven't seen him play, and again, I don't know what they're going to do quarterback wise in the draft or off season. If they land Cousins, there's no competition. He's the starter, but. We'll just see where they get to. But that'll be it for this segment of Under Further Review. We're going to be hitting up the AFC North next week, which should be fun for me. But, stay tuned.